Hi, so let's talk about JavaScript objects. So what are JavaScript objects? They are very similar to arrays. The only difference is, let me give you an example here. Let's say we have let and we have something like this, cat. And if we're to set an array for that, remember we use the square brackets and we'll say something like, so now we've created the array, and remember that when we need to access this array, so let's save it. We need to access the array. We can use something like the name of the array, and we'll just give the number of the index. So something like this, and let's now log this out. So console.log. So we want to log out the first item in the array, and what we have here is whiskers, exactly what we have here. So we can now have, if we want to look in here, we can just make this 2, and we have another 1, and now we have 6, the value 6. So the using objects is quite different because we have something we call key value pairs, for example. So let's make this into an object. So we'll say let cat now be equals to, then we'll use the curly brackets, which is the object symbol. So we need to create the name. Let's say this is the name. So we'll say the key will be name, just like that, and then the value will be whisker, something like this. And we don't use the semicolon, we actually use commas to separate them. And let's say we have 4 legs, so just say legs likes, something like that, and we just put this in here, this array of water and dogs. We can save that. I don't know why it's removing the quotes from the key, but you can also express them that way, but normally we are supposed to have something like this. You can also express it this way anyway. So that's our object has been created. So let's try the task and see if we can create the objects there. So it says make an object that represents a dog called my dog, which contains the property name, that's a string, tails, that's legs, tails, and friends. You can set these object properties to whatever values you want, as long as name is a string, legs and tails are numbers, and friends is an array. So let's try that out. So first of all, we'll create the name of the object, which is my dog, just that way. Then remember, we'll use the curly brackets. And now we want to specify the key value pairs. So first we need to specify the name. So I'm going to say name, I'll use colon, and I'm going to call the name of this one Billy. Then next I'm going to say legs will be 4, and next it says tails will be 1, and then would have friends, and we'll make this an array. Maybe we'll say the first one is Whitney, then would have Carlos, then maybe just one more, we'll say Sapi, something like that. We save that and it tries to remove
all the quotes on the keys, which should also work. So let me just try to log that out. So console.log, and I'm going to put that in here. And now we can see the properties of the object. That's the value pairs, and this represents the various properties of this object, my dog. So that's basically how to create an object.